Welcome to AdmissionSight. We're one of the top college admissions companies in the world, and we're focused on Ivy League admissions. Today, we're going to talk about exactly what we do to help our students secure a 75% acceptance rate to one of the top 10 Ivy League schools in the country. Now, this acceptance rate is unprecedented, but does come with a certain caveat. You need a minimum of a 3.9 unweighted GPA, at least 5 or 6 APs by the end of junior year, and a 1550 or higher on the SATs as the minimum baseline. Now, we have a phenomenal track record of getting students into these schools like Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Princeton, and MIT because of both the rigor and the expertise of our programs. We focus on the execution and mentorship that allows our students to perform at a high level. Our philosophy is that students should be intellectually curious and learn incredible values like leadership, entrepreneurship, academics, volunteerism, and create social impact in their school and global communities, as well as navigating the process of getting into an Ivy League school. Now, in addition to getting into an Ivy League school, you will learn these valuable skill sets that you can carry with you throughout your life and beyond. And so that is our philosophy, and that's how we help our students get into amazing universities. It's both the rigor, expertise, and the execution of our programs. A little bit about how we work. The first thing we focus on is strengthening the academic and extracurricular profile as much as we can between 9th and 11th grade. So during this time, you're going to be launching your nonprofit organization. You're going to be doing academic research. We have our own in-house research program where you'll work with our research scientists to get a research paper published, as well as compete in the national science fairs like the Regeneron Science and Engineering Fair. More importantly, you're going to launch a leadership organization or nonprofit. And through this process, you're going to learn a lot about leadership as well as entrepreneurship. You'll be doing specific passion projects like a mobile app that improves speech impairment for autistic children, or a public policy proposal that reduces greenhouse gas emissions. We'll walk you through how to execute on different passion project ideas that will really help you separate yourself apart from the rest of the pack. In addition, we'll help you apply to summer programs. We'll help you identify volunteering opportunities, as well as join school clubs and organizations that builds a complete college admissions profile. Now, another factor a lot of parents and students overlook are the regional and national academic competitions. So we've been there in your shoes. I personally did the USA National Chemistry Olympiad as well as a Siemens Westinghouse competition. So I know every bit of what it takes to navigate these competitions. So what's also included in our college counseling programs is academic advising. So we'll come up with our own curriculum to help you prepare for these big name competitions. So we are both your mentor, your consultant, and your coach. So if you want to qualify for the American Invitational Math exam, how do you do that? How many hours a week do you have to put in? What books should you study? What chapters should you read? You really need a coach to guide you on the right study habits as well as the right curriculum to pursue to navigate these high octane competitions. Now, private tutoring is separate from college counseling. So if you did want private tutoring, that's something we could support you with, but it's not included in our college counseling programs. However, our college counseling programs are world-class, primarily because we focus on all aspects of this admissions process. Launching a nonprofit, getting your research paper published, competing in the US National Chemistry Olympiad. There's so many things that you need to do to have a stacked profile. Our students are both driven and motivated that allows them to create stacked profiles. When I say a stacked profile, what I'm really saying is a student who has a 4.0 GPA, 1550 SATs, US National Chemistry Olympiad, Siemens Westinghouse competition, starting a nonprofit, fighting for humanitarian rights. I'm actually telling you about my profile right now, but needless to say, our students have very, very strong profiles that allow them to get into these schools. But in order to build the strong profile, you have to consider what the inputs are. In other words, what do you need to build a strong profile? You need persistence, you need mentorship, you need expertise, you need intellectual curiosity, you need entrepreneurial skills and leadership. And so our philosophy is on your way to navigating the Ivy League admissions process, you will learn all of these skills along the way. I couldn't be more proud of my students here at AdmissionSight because they've learned so many valuable skill sets that they will carry with them in their life and beyond. Our senior consultants have been there in your shoes. They're Ivy League graduates. They've gotten into the top schools in the world because they've done the challenging and rewarding action items that I discussed. I think one misconception that a lot of students and parents have is what it actually takes to get into these schools. It is quite rigorous. So everything from strengthening your academic and extracurricular profile from 9th to 11th grade, and then at the conclusion of your junior year, that's when we start on the essays and the personal statements, which are incredibly important as well as securing letters of recommendation that will make the admissions officers want to admit you. So everything from the personal statements and essays, we work on those for the Common App, as well as the supplemental essays are required for each school. And then from 9th to 11th grade, we also help you apply to summer programs. So we really leave no stone left unturned. We are both rigorous as well as comprehensive in our process. And that's exactly what allows us to help students get into Ivy League schools. I personally went to Princeton myself, and my profile back in high school was stacked. In fact, I was one of the top 500 students in the country on the U.S. National Chemistry Olympiad, and I also placed top 300 on the Siemens Westinghouse competition, which is one of the most prestigious science research competitions for high school students in the country. And so if you want to perform at your best, and if you want to get into the best schools, you need to be one of the best students. And that's our philosophy. Now, the key here is we have both the expertise as well as the right approach to guide your child to get into the top schools. And it's definitely not trivial. We've been there in your shoes. So we know exactly what it takes to get into these schools, as well as the blood, sweat, and tears that are required to navigate the Ivy League admissions process. So if you like what we had to talk about today, don't hesitate to book an initial consultation using the link in the description below. We will help your child get into the best schools possible by taking a fully comprehensive approach. Everything from your academics to your extracurriculars, to getting regional and national awards, to starting a nonprofit, to getting a research paper published, joining school clubs and applying to summer programs, to the personal statements and essays, to the letters of recommendation, to the interview prep. The list goes on and on. This is what really helps us stand out from all the other college admissions consultants out there, because we don't just focus on one aspect like the essays or one aspect like the passion projects. One aspect is only one piece of the puzzle. But when you get into Ivy League or Stanford, you need to build the complete puzzle. And that's what we are here to help. We are your consultant, mentor, and your coach. I can't also emphasize enough the amount of mental fortitude and the psychology of what it really takes to win. And so if you have your sights on a top school, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are Princeton grads, Harvard grads, etc., who will guide you through every step of the way, as well as answer any questions you might have to get into your dream school.